Okay, here we go.
Welcome everybody to another Rev Talk. We thought today we'd talk about what we're grateful or thankful for due to the Thanksgiving weekend. And then we've got a couple little card pulls to see what it led to us for the rest of the day. My first gratefulness is for Kim.
Right back at you, my dear.
Thank you.
So very thankful for you. So very grateful that I have you in my life to be my sounding board sometimes when things get kind of tough.
We sound off against each other and we help each other through our journey.
Absolutely. And that's what it is. It's basically everything it is to be grateful for those that are around you that teach you to be a better person, to help you along your way, even if it's painful. You get to thank them. And maybe they're not the way you'd like them to be. You still get to be thankful and grateful for everything that they've taught you and that they've shown you. And that's a big lesson for me.
I think what you just said was, for instance, family unity. We're thankful for our family. We love our family and we appreciate them. And we have learned through our growth. They're on their own journey too. They can't come up to what we expect because we've learned what to expect and how to receive what we expect. And it's by our thoughts and our feelings that we're able to accomplish this. It's their journey to come to that conclusion for themselves.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I mean, there's so much to be thankful for. And we do take it for granted sometimes because we get caught up in a lot of the social media and a lot of the news and all the stuff that's going on. It's a matter of, like we've said before, taking a step back, taking a deep breath and looking around at what's around you and what you have, not what you'd like to have or what you think you should have, what you have right now. I do this almost every morning now that it gets cold, in the summertime too, but when it gets cold, I'm outside with Captain and I come in and I feel the heat. And I'm like, oh, the first thing I say is, oh, thank you for the heat. Thank you for my furnace working so well that I have heat in my house. And that's one of the things that I do in the morning, just to remind myself to be thankful for something that I would normally take for granted.
That is such a simple little thing. And you don't realize how grateful and thankful we should be because there's people that don't even have heat. And that's like me. I get up in the morning and I don't care how cold it is. I go out because I want to feed my critters. And I'm thankful that I have so much nature and beauty and wonderment around me now that I never had in the city. I had city life, and yeah, we go and hike off in the forest and stuff, but it's not the same as living in it.
Right.
And I look at that as they're all God's creations. They're all Mother Earth. And she doesn't complain about anything. It's just a cycle to her. And that's what I'm trying to realize. Life is just a continual cycle to learn and grow and learn and grow. Manifest, lose it. Manifest, lose it. And it's wonderful. And it was interesting just the other day as my daughter and I went shopping. I need this. Oh, I want that. I want this. And I don't shop anymore. And I started thinking, everybody's talking about manifesting. Just enjoy what you have now. You don't need the material things. You really don't. You need a roof over your head, food in your belly, and warmth. And It's just a different world, and nobody's ever satisfied with what they have anymore. They want more.
Well, there is kind of that energy, that theme energy going around. Although a lot of people do recognize to be thankful for things. But it's not something that's as prevalent as it used to be, like growing up.
It's expected.
Right. I had a hawk visit me. Was it yesterday? It was yesterday. And I hadn't seen it, so I was looking out my window. I'm like, oh, well, it's like, hey there, how are you doing? So I started talking to it just for a little bit, like, thanks for visiting. He was all fluffing his. I think he was a youngster. It wasn't. It was like all white and brown, So it wasn't like I think it was a Cooper's hawk, and they usually are gray when they get to be adults. But he was all fluffy. Oh. So I haven't seen my birds in a great abundance today.
Because I would think so.
I'm grateful that they're like scattered for a little while.
They're aware.
Yes, they are. Very much so. Very much so.
So there's many things to be thankful for. Just open your eyes and heart and you will find them.
Absolutely. And just I guess one of the exercises was to just sit where you're at and let your eye wander and fall on something that's in your view, and then find the message in that. So for me, it was actually, when I was telling you, one of my weekly cards that I pull is from the Angel Inspiration. And what my eye fell on was the forgiveness card, which I think it was very appropriate for me for this week. And it's appropriate just to remember to forgive. You don't even need to forgive anybody else, but forgive yourself for hanging on to, your pain. Forgive yourself for hanging on to that anger, and, forgive yourself. Give yourself a break. And that's a lesson for me to work on.
For me. Well, I'm going to throw a crux into this because I did that. And the first thing I saw was Dramamine.
That's good.
I have no clue what it meant other than to release, to relax, but I don't know.
Well, sure. That's good. That's perfect. That's perfect.
It's just like, I'm looking at Dramamine of all things.
Let's not get our gut in such a twist, that we're nauseated, that we're stressed out. Dramamine kind of relaxes you, so relax. It's all good, because you were telling me about your outing with Isella for, what was it, lunch?
Lunch.
Yes. And when you were telling me, you clenched, everything clenched, and it's like, well, there's the Dramamine. It's relax and let's
relax.
Relax.
So I never thought of it as calming, and that's what it is.
Sure.
Calm yourself.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome. My pleasure. My pleasure. So we also pulled from our creatures decks. Yay, I love my creatures deck. So for me today, the message was, again, very appropriate, to listen.
Listen to your heart.
Yes, and listen to your intuition, listen to your team, listen to your angels, listen to what they're telling you. And again, understand that it will come from a place of love. That's your angels talking. That's your team talking. They come from a place of love. They're not going to criticize you. They're not going to put you down. They're not going to poo-poo you. They're not going to, do any of that. That's your ego. Your angels and your team are going to give you guidance, and it will always be loving.
So true. Well, I drew from the same deck, the creature deck, and I don't know. I drew
Oh, journey. Oh, I love that.
Journey.
Oh gosh,
So, you have beginnings, you have endings, but it's always the journey that's intriguing.
absolutely.
So I think that the journey is what makes life enjoyable because you learn
Absolutely.
so much and you learn to love and you learn to accept things as they are and know they're right where they're supposed to be and doing what they should be doing.
And I am grateful for all of the messages that we receive. I'm grateful for everybody who tunes in, who listens, and who supports us. We want to thank everybody for that. I want to thank you, Bev, for your friendship. So important to me. So cherished. Thank you.
Right back at you. We're two peas in a pod.
Yes. All across either side of the country. That's okay. That's okay. So with that, my friends, we want to thank you for joining us this week. And we wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving. And to remember to be gentle with yourself and to be kind to yourself and to remember that you are unique in all the universe. There will never be another just like you in all of space and time. You are powerful, you are cherished, and you are loved. And without you, the song of the universe would be incomplete. Until next time, my friends, be well.